I will die on this hill. Fall is the very best season for reading. There's cozy drinks, cooler nights, and somehow stacks of books just feel better in autumn. Today I have an ultimate lineup of fall books for you to read, plus a release radar for all of the books that are coming out this season. And let me tell you, you will want to add them to your TBR immediately. Hello, book besties. Welcome back to my channel. If I'm a new face to you, my name is Lauren, aka Lauren Page Reads over on Instagram and TikTok, and I am your bookish bestie for all things romance, thriller, and fantasy. If you love finding your next favorite book and chatting all things book related, you are definitely in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so that you never miss out on any of the videos that I post. Let's get into the books that I've picked for you to read this fall. First up is Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. This is the Barnes & Noble $5 cafe book this month, okay, in September. If you buy a drink or something from the cafe at Barnes & Noble, you can buy this book for $5. It worked. Also, sprayed edges. And if you want YA small town fall romance vibes, this is it. It is a New England fall wrapped up in a cozy sweater filled with pumpkin picking, apple picking, all the pickings, and a fall festival and a coffee rivalry. Our FMC Lucy Kane thinks that pumpkin spice lattes are overrated. But unfortunately, she works at her mom's coffee shop when a big coffee chain moves in right across the street, and the owner's son happens to be a really cute boy in her high school class. The stakes for the best fall possible in her town skyrocket. It's light, it's cute, it's easy to read because it's a YA romance, and it has all of the fall vibes without being too sweet, just like a pumpkin spice latte. If you are still looking for more pumpkin spice vibes, try The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I read this one last year. She has a whole series with 4 books out right now, all based in the same town with very similar names, and it feels like it is a Hallmark movie. But it is an adult romance, so there is some spice in these books. This is the first book in the series, so get ready to meet Jeannie, who inherits her aunt's pumpkin spice cafe in Dream Harbor. And it's just the fresh start that she needs until she butts heads with Logan, who is a local and very grumpy farmer. This is the grumpy sunshine dynamic has found family and the comforting setting of a small town romance. So this book is a solid pick for your fall TBR. I think this book was on my recommendation list last year for you to read, and if you haven't read it yet, you need to. This is your sign. The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This book is like a warm cup of cider on a chilly night. A librarian and her magical spider plant companion escape a revolution in the capital city by fleeing to a remote island that the librarian is from. And she starts the first ever spell shop, but secretly, because magic isn't really allowed. It's whimsical, it's charming, there are mer horses, and the mer horse cowboy wrangler is the love interest. It's cottagecore, okay? Cottagecore romance with like found family mixed in. Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden is the next recommendation that I have for you, and I always say that this is classic romantasy. It is a dark romantasy where our FMC Arwen sacrifices herself to save her brother's life and is imprisoned by the ruthless Onyx King. Or is he ruthless? I don't know. But she meets a prisoner while she is a prisoner, and he is dashing, to say the least. She's forced to use her healing abilities to help the kingdom while it's in war with her kingdom, and her new home is full of danger, betrayal, and wicked magic. Like bad wicked, okay? And it's filled with a mix of tension, danger, and just enough romance to keep you hooked. It's a trilogy. There are 3 books. I've read the first 2, And on my fall TBR is to read book number 3. Ooh, another book you need to read this fall is Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. If you have not read this book yet, I do not think you were on Book Talk in May. Oh my gosh, guys, this one, you need to read it. Because if you are craving a romantasy book with slow burn tension and high stakes adventures, this one is for you. It delivers. A princess who is bowed to the duty of her kingdom suddenly finds herself beside a warrior who absolutely despises her. And she is now married to a king of a rivaling country, kingdom, whatever, same difference. Think enemies to lovers. Think cursed landscapes and a heroine stepping into her own power. This one is perfect if you love Sarah J. Maas or Rebecca Yarros and you are looking for something fresh. It's good. And now we're gonna get into the spookier stuff. Okay guys, buckle in. We started with light and cozy and now we're gonna get into dark and scary. And for that part, the first one I have to recommend to you is The Butcher and the Wren by Elena Urquhart. And then following that up, The Butcher Games, which is number 2, okay? So good. This is written by the host of one of my favorite podcasts, Morbid, and it's a dark, atmospheric thriller that is set in New Orleans and the Louisiana Bayou. It alternates between the serial killer's perspective and the medical examiner's perspective, and she's trying to stop him. And as the story unfolds, you find more and more connections between the two. It's gritty, it's fast-paced, and it's perfect if you like true crime, but you want it fictionalized with an extra dash of suspense. Another fantastic book that you need to read this fall if you like spooky, if you like thrillers, blah, 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 Hidden Pictures. This is a staple. I read it every year this time of year because 1, it's a quick, easy read, and 2, it is scary even when you know the twists. Okay? Mallory, our FMC, takes a nanny job for a 5-year-old little boy over the summer and discovers that his drawings are really disturbing. At first, they start really innocent and then they start to depict murder. The suspense ramps up as Mallory begins to question whether what's happening to this family in this home is supernatural, psychological, or something even darker. And this one kept me up on my Kindle all night long and always does. The final book recommendation that I have for you this fall is the spookiest by far. We Used to Live Here. I listened to this one. I'm so glad I listened to it versus read it because I would have finished it at night and I would have been too scared to go to sleep. A couple decides to flip a house in a remote area. And while they're at their latest project, which is the house they want to live in, a family shows up on their doorstep saying that they used to live here. Okay? The father grew up here. Okay. Once they let this family inside their house, everything spirals out of control so fast. Kids are missing, there's ghostly figures, and there's an unsettling feeling that reality is shifting before them. It's eerie, it's unsettling, and it's the kind of horror story where when you finish it, you have more questions than answers and you will need to sleep with the lights on. Seriously, read until the very last page. So that is my stack of cozy fall recommendations for you. And these are all books that I've actually read and loved, or else they would not be here on my recommendations list. And I think they will make your fall extra magical or extra chilling based on your vibe. But what about the brand new releases that are gonna be hitting shelves soon? Let's talk about those. The Gingerbread Bakery by Lori Gilmore. This is book number 5 in the Dream Harbor series. I mentioned the first book back in my recommendations. And this time, Jeannie and Logan are getting married, but no small town wedding is complete without the drama. Cue Annie and Mac, who are at each other's throats, but there's forced proximity, found family, and holiday romance vibes. Up next is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, and this is a prequel to her series Divine Rivals. In this book, we follow Matilda, the goddess with messenger magic. and she holds a dangerous secret, all while navigating a tangled connection with a human boy. It's said to be filled with lush writing, romance, and that bittersweet Rebecca Ross magic that always hits you in your heart. The third release that I have for your radar is Fallen City by Adrienne Young. You know, on this channel, I love Adrienne Young. Love, love, love. So she has a new duology coming out, and I will eat it up, okay? It's set in a walled city on the brink of rebellion. A legionnaire and a magistrate's daughter fall in love, but their romance could tip the scales of power and ignite a holy war. This is said to be signature Adrienne Young with her lyrical romantasy with high stakes tension. We have another wonderful author coming out with a new book, and it is Stephanie Garber's Alchemy of Secrets. This is an adult debut for Stephanie Garber, who is best known for writing the Caraval series and Once Upon a Broken Heart. This book contains a folklore professor, an urban myth called the Watchman, and a ticking 24-hour countdown for survival. Oh my gosh. Did you guys just get chills too? Yeah. It blends dark academia with Garber's magical storytelling that we all know and love. And finally, I could not leave the queen herself out, The Intruder by Frida McFadden. In this book, a woman rides out a hurricane in her cabin only to discover a blood-covered girl outside her window. From there, expect tension to spiral and to be filled with secrets, survival, and McFadden's trademark twists. If you loved her other books, it's said that you will really enjoy this book, and I know I will be reading it the day it comes out. Okay? Yes. So whether you're looking to curl up with something that is already out, or if you are now heading over to Barnes & Noble to plan out your pre-orders, this fall has some incredible reads coming your way no matter what. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, Book Bestie. If you found a new book for your TBR, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because not only does it help my channel so much and new book besties find their way to us, but it also helps me bring more cozy book content to you. And if you're still in the mood for more recommendations, go ahead and watch my fall recommendations video from last year and see how many similarities there are to this year. And I'll see you next time. Bye!